Okay, Dave, I would like to ask you now if you've had a time in your life where you felt the Lord as that gate from the outside world to the private world and relationship with Him and you. Have you had times where He's provided special care for you so that you can do the process of coming to grips with the things that are going on in your life?
Yeah, I mean the story that comes to mind for me is I am 22. I've just graduated from UCI, English major, but I had been teaching Thursday night Bible study for I think almost the full year, and I had just been sort of thrown into the Bible study, and it was exciting. I didn't know what I was doing. It was felt a little insane. I had help. I had people like Jess and Jake there, and people praying. But it was exciting. It was a vibrant time. It was a fun season, a really important season. And through that Bible study, and I was finishing up my undergrad, the Lord called me to ministry. Clear as day. At a certain point, I knew it. I knew I was supposed to go toward the pastorate, toward ministry. But a month before I knew that for sure, I had gotten this scholarship to go to Ireland to work on a novel, which didn't have anything to do with ministry per se. And so I had to leave this Thursday night Bible study when it was, really exciting, and it was really just like, wow, then this would normally lead to this, and then maybe this would lead to this, and that's how you become a pastor or whatever. And the Lord just had this moment of just no, now we're gonna stop. And I remember being confused. I remember talking to my folks like, now I feel like maybe I wasn't. Should I have applied for this thing? Why am I going away for a year? The momentum of ministry, of teaching, of being in the Word, of being in with Christians and fellowship was like high. It was like ramping, all year. It was just felt like it was getting stronger and stronger. And then suddenly I'm on an airplane to Shannon Airport in the southwest of Ireland. And I get off the plane, I get on a bus. I don't know a soul in the whole country. And I'm, I'm just going to be there for a year in just this, with almost like pursuing an old life all of a sudden, right? Like I've been called to ministry, but now I'm like, this thing I was doing before that call was clear to me, now had the decision over my year. That year was the Lord's care. Protection from me, long term, being able to even know myself, to be able to take me out of that momentum, out of even the excitement and any responsibility and pressure I had. I was a single guy. I had no responsibility except show up to some of the classes. I mean, they deposited, money in a bank account for me as part of the scholarship. I mean, it was an absurdly strange time of being alone in a new land and a new place. And during that time, the Lord showed me things in my heart that weren't impressive, showed me strength that I didn't actually have, but I thought I had. Showed me any number of things that I look back and I say, man, if He hadn't pulled me out of this trajectory of the momentum that seemed so natural, had a lot of support, good Christians being like, yeah. If He hadn't done that, I don't know that I would have been able to do anything next, because I think I would have been naive, irresponsible. And I think by Him taking me out of that momentum or that pressure of actually leading for a season, I didn't have to immediately have an answer. I could actually consider different theological viewpoints. I could consider things. I didn't have to defend a particular line that I was used to defending, because the pace of people expecting me to say something helpful disappeared.
Wow.
Nobody expected me to say anything about God, because nobody my age cared. Nobody was going to church except, very old people in a totally different place, usually in the Catholic Church. I wasn't required at all. And so all of a sudden I had this incredible season of the Lord letting me sort of listen to I had like all these old Tim Keller tapes, like literally tapes and CDs. Like I had just like been storing up all this stuff, and now I had time to start sifting through it. And I didn't have any pressure to say, oh yeah, I'm a part of that team, or they're right about everything, or I just had all this room to say, well, that might be good, but Lord, is that something you want me to keep going with, or is that just a good thing along the way? It was just this, he took all the pressure off, and it was really humbling, and it was incredibly kind. And I feel like because of that, he allowed me to be able to move forward when the time was right, and it wasn't my timing. And I'm so thankful for that little space that he created to kind of teach me how to be a Christian, frankly.
That's awesome, Dave. Praise the Lord.